Hello and welcome to Bargain and Subscription Gaming. My name is Rich, and we're going to play some more Forza Motorsport. We're going to play the final race of the MX-5 Cup. It's the Sebring International Raceway.
Running its first race in 1950, Sebring Raceway is one of the oldest continuously operating tracks in America and plays host to the prestigious 12 hours of the Sebring Endurance Race.
Okay. Sebring International Raceway, full circuit, 3.70 miles. 10 p.m., mostly clear. 1 lap of practice. All right, let's go back to the event and start our practice. 10 in the evening. I got to turn this light here down. Alrighty. My feed in all my video apps is kind of full of people just absolutely piling on to Pirate Software. I guess a while back he did a video criticizing the entire Stop Killing Games movement, and I guess their petition is running out of time, and the guy who's behind all that didn't do a good job of organizing. He just part of the problem is they need something like 1 million people to sign their petition, and the thing is, there's a lot of gamers out there in the UK and in EU, but you have to get 1 million of them to care enough about your initiative, your Stop Killing Games initiative, to actually sign a petition, which is actually a bit of caring. People don't want to just put their names on things. They don't want to. They can't be bothered. It's you got to put in a lot of effort to get that many people. And this guy admits that maybe he hasn't done enough. But he also made a video saying, well, part of the main problem is this other guy, Stop Killing Games, or not. I mean, Pirate Software. He made a video totally, misinforming people what our issue is and lying about it, and it's just he's on the other side of your issue. He's a game developer, and he doesn't believe in your issue, and he's just and part of the thing is, this guy, people have been looking to take him down for a while now. It's because he's arrogant and successful, and people would like to be able to do what he does. He's like a game developer who streams stuff every day, and seems to have a pretty great life, and a huge following, and I could see how people are like, well, obviously he doesn't deserve that, I could do that. Everyone thinks that they could be a big star, they could do these jobs of streamer or personality, or promote themselves and do all that if only they had the time and the talent and the start the other people had. It's like, but the thing is, they're all looking to pull him down. And he had a little thing a while back where he was playing World of Warcraft hardcore mode, and I guess the group he was in, some people blame him for getting a couple of the other players killed or something, and it's just it was a big amount of internet drama. And it's he was just the people are trying to, berate him for it. He's like, yeah, are you done? Because, you're adults. You don't have to sit still. Especially in something you're doing not in a corporate setting, not in a workplace setting. You have to sit there and let some dude talk to you like you're 2 years old. And he didn't. And everyone's like, oh, he's so arrogant. He's, no, you don't. You don't have to put up with that kind of crap. People don't learn that it's you don't just have to put up with this sort of hierarchical nonsense just because you're, participating in these sorts of things, And anyway, some people have been looking to bring this guy down for a while. So now there's just this whole dog pile of videos saying he's just the worst, most terrible person ever because he alone is responsible for the fact that this Stop Killing Games initiative isn't going anywhere. And it's just nonsense. People fess up to the fact that you just weren't able to, get this movement going. You can't get enough people to sign your papers. You can't get enough money behind what you want to do. You know, and even if you could get enough people to talk about it, you know, if it ever came to like the EU or UK looking into these things, you would have another uphill battle with the you know, the big developers. Then, you know, if it ever got off the floor, I think it's a pipe dream thinking that somehow by just starting this movement, you're going to stop these big publishers from sunsetting games. You know, but you know, you should leave them in a playable state. Yeah, I get it. You want to go back to those old games where all the software was on the disc and you could just put it in your, you know, your drive and it just works. That's just not how things, you know, are sold these days, especially with big multiplayer software. You know, and guys not going to give you the keys to their software just so you can let you and your friends keep playing it long after they're done supporting it, you know? And sometimes like you'll see some of these bigger companies end up having to sue these people who are running like servers and stuff of dead games just because it's like, yeah, we're not running this anymore, but we can't let you use our intellectual property, or, you know, we've pretty much admit that we've given up the ownership of that, and it's like you can't do that because your stockholders won't allow it. You have a duty to protect your intellectual property, even if you know you're not using it. It's against future use. You can't just let anybody take your stuff. You know, it's kind of a crap system. Capitalism is not a great system. You know, I am a crazy lefty, but it's like these guys seem to think you can just, you know, tell these guys to stop the bad practice and it's going to happen. They're not going to do it. They're not. They're going to fight it tooth and nail. You know, if you want things to change, you got to, you know, find ways to make it, you know, change. You got to change the systems they're working under. You know. And, you know, all these big corporations for a long time now have gone the live service model. You know, they think I'm just going to keep selling you a game and selling you stuff in a game for as long as you'll pay for it. I mean, this game, this Forza Motorsport, this was going to be their, instead of keep selling you an edition of Forza every year, we're just going to keep adding to this one, keep selling car packs and stuff like that. You know, thing is, I don't buy car packs. You know, when there's the Horizon, I buy the DLCs because it's whole new maps and new content. But like, for me, just getting a new car isn't enough. I'm not a car nerd. You know, I'm playing a racing game. I am not a car nerd. I just don't care if like this is your favorite car from your youth or from movies or a thing you've always dreamed of driving. It means nothing to me. I've never dreamed of driving something. You know, it's a car. I don't care. It's just fun to win and be number one. I don't really care what it looks like. Well, I do like making them look ridiculous when it's like somebody's, you know, super Ferrari or McLaren or something like that, and I give it a ridiculous paint job. That makes me happy. Kind of car that you have to spend more on insurance than I would ever make in a year. I have no idea what kind of real value this Mazda would have, you know? I don't know. Maybe this would be an affordable car and they just put like really nice stuff in it to make it go fast. Maybe this is an elite car that normal people would never have a chance to own. I thought they said this lamp was going to be at 10 p.m. Maybe it was 10 a.m. I could have sworn it said 10 p.m. when I was I don't know. Only 4 laps in this race, though, which is nice. Oh, they're longer laps. They're almost 3 minutes a lap, so. There we go. 2:35. 2.5 minutes left. Anyway, I was trying when I started talking about all that. I was thinking maybe I'd clip something out to make a short with it, but I went on too long. I don't think I came to a point reasonably well. So it would invite a lot of harsh, they do like their little dog pile. They like to jump in there and say, "Oh, you are a bad man for supporting this person. You're so evil." Like, I'm not supporting, somebody who's like doing terrible things. I'm supporting a guy who says, I don't support this initiative. I like his content. I like, the games he develops. I like the things he's said and done in the past for other people and his charity and his ferret rescue. These things I like. And I really, kind of like the attitude when the people he was having his World of Warcraft schnit with people, and they're all like, like, we're gonna tell you why what you did was wrong, and tell you why we have to kick you out of the guild. And dude's like, are you done? Because why would you want to sit there and listen to them berate you? Why would you want to apologize when everyone's all just gonna be like, up your butt anyway? No. Guy entertains me. He's got a great voice, too. He's got a voice that would have been made for radio back in the day. Maybe for, I guess, a podcast now, maybe. And instead of Twitch streamer. It's got, the hair and the general male good looks. It works real well for him. Like Craig Ferguson, I'm not gay, but Orlando Bloom. That's how he used to say stuff like that. Yeah. One more.
Finish strong.
We will finish strong. Craig Ferguson, when he was on the late night, one of my favorite people to watch, and then he did a lot of stand-up. He wrote that book, American on Purpose, and the other one, Between the Bridge and the River. And they were it was good stuff. He's a smart man, but he's also kind of, there's something fundamentally wrong with stand-up comedians if you've watched enough stuff with them and about them. Like, I love stand-up. I love watching interviews and them talking. So, like, when Jerry Seinfeld did the, comedians in cars stuff, and it all came to Netflix, I binge watched that thing. And while I enjoyed a lot of it, I also came to this, like, absolute loathing of Jerry Seinfeld as a person. Because, like, he's just got this I'm right attitude, this like, just, this feeling that you only owe it to the joke, to the comedy, and you don't. And you see that with a lot of these guys. It's like, not their first thoughts a lot of the time isn't like, what's the right or proper thing. It's what's the funny thing. And the funny thing, I mean, it's one of those things that we're good at as Americans. Sometimes the funny thing is also like your very hurtful thing. And they sometimes forget the he doesn't like he's one of those people that complains about the idea that punching up or punching down. Jerry Seinfeld just thinks, comedy is what's funny or what's not funny. Very, very black and white to him. And you see, like, one of those guys will complain about, the woke mob, they're all so woke. Cancel culture, woke mob. And it's like, Man, nobody stopped you from making money ever, Seinfeld. And you'll see sometimes even Ferguson when he's doing his Joy podcast when he's talking with people, and sometimes start asking people about cancel culture. It's like, come on, Craig, not you too. You're smarter than that. Alrighty, that finishes the MX-5 Cup. Alright, 9,000 credits, and got some earned, and we're going to exit here. Now, next time, we're not going to do the next one in this Build or Champions Cup series. We're going to do the featured race, but I think I'm a half hour from being able to play today, so I probably won't get to it tomorrow. I'll start the Road Corvette tomorrow. Anyway, thank you all for watching. If you guys want to see more Forza Motorsport, let me know in comments if there's other games on Game Pass or PS Plus, games are free to play, games from sale you're interested in. You can write that down in the comments as well. I'll try to get to them as soon as possible, and I'll see you guys all next time.